Shalom everyone, Yoel back with another video. I apologize for not making a video for quite a while. I've been just very busy. I had my father visiting us from the United States, and I just have a lot of work to do with university studies and so on. So I do apologize. Hopefully I'm going to be able to, from now on, actually make the videos in a much more consistent way. And I will accept suggestions for videos as well. Always good to hear from the viewers. What I want to do today is talk about the actual thing called a root. We've covered some issues about consonants, we've talked about some mistakes that people make and so on, but now let's talk about actual roots and what are they exactly. So what is a root? A root is a sequence of consonants that produce a base of a word, okay? And what this base does is represent the most simple and most, I would say, abstract form of a word. Now, the thing is that the root is not the only thing that defines a word. What can define a word is also other elements that come into play. However, we're going to only focus on roots today. Now, a very common thing that you might hear is that a root is only composed from 3 consonants. Another very common thing you will hear is that 2 consonants can be enough to compare words to one another. Now here are the actual facts. Historically speaking, 3 consonants are considered to be the actual core of a word. However, we do have some words that tend to appear or only appear with 2 consonants. So how do we make sense of all of this? But let me add another layer. In the 10th century, there was a Jewish scholar who lived in the area of France who thought that only 1 consonant is enough to be a root. So what exactly is the truth? The truth of the matter is that we have to deal with roots on a historical level through a thing called diachrony. Diachrony is a study of words, languages, and so on through layers. Not studying everything as if it's one layer, but studying things based on their periods. Now, these periods exist in languages. Languages keep on developing all the time. So what are the actual historical evidence that we have? In semetics, the base understanding is that each word is composed of 3 consonants. We have some words that appear as either 2, 4, 5, and even 6. But the most simple root is 3 consonants. This is the most basic thing that we find in every Semitic language. It is actually something which is considered to be the common denominator of most Semitic languages. The 2 consonant system that might have existed can be understood through, for example, words which share not only 2 consonants but also share a similar meaning. So a very common thing that I keep on hearing from people is that, look, it has 2 consonants and this has 2 consonants and therefore they're the same word. This is not necessarily true. Putting aside the whole discussion about consonants which are graphically represented in the same symbol, however, historically have a different sound, we need to also look at the fact that though words have a similar root, or even 2 consonants, they also have to have a similar meaning. Meaning is the core of everything. You can't just find something graphic and say that's it. So for 2 consonants to be a strong enough element to create a connection between 2 words, you have to have also a semantic meaning which is similar. So for example, if I have the word parach, and I have the word barach. This is even more powerful than having 2 consonants. Except for the resh and the chet at the end, we're also looking at pei and bet, which are both consonant that comes from the lip. However, the fact that pei is represented here and bet is represented there actually changes the meaning of the word. However, here's an interesting thing. Parach means to fly away. Barach means to flee. So in this case, resh chet might actually be connecting these 2 words to one another through the fact that parach and barach can have a similar semantic meaning, both to do with moving away, very similar to the word ruach, which can be spelled without the vav. And therefore, reish chet can connect parach, barach, and ruach. Okay? So that's a reasonable argument. However, other words, for example, as sefer, okay, and sefel are two very distinct words. Sefer means book, sefel means cup. These two words, though they share similar consonants in the beginning, don't share a common denominator in meaning. Okay? So what we see here is that two consonants can, in theory, create a connection between two words if they share a semantic meaning. However, if they don't share this semantic meaning, it means that these two words are completely different from one another. This also brings to the whole discussion about this concept of father roots and son roots or descendant roots or whatever other name people give it. However, it should be looked upon as brother roots or sister roots, that these are breakoffs from one another. However, the most basic idea of a root in Semitic languages is a three-consonantal system, which hopefully we'll be able to talk about in the next video. Thank you.